guys are unbelievable.
We've heard that before.
This is the State Line Sports Hour on News Talk 1440 WROK.
More flavor from Mark Rudis. Hey, welcome back to the State Line Sports Hour as we continue our look at the Pigskin preview. One coach down, one more to go. And we move to the Nick 10 now, and we go to talk to Harlem head football coach Jim Morrow, who is probably smiling from ear to ear. They were putting the turf down yesterday at Harlem Clyde Anderson or Peterson Field, and I was there to watch part of it. Coach, congratulations on that new field.
Oh, thank you. We're really proud of that, and a lot of kudos to our athletic director who went out and really, solicited those donations privately and some publicly, and we're just excited. Our kids are gonna really, really benefit from this surface.
From a football standpoint, how much is going to help? More often than not, your teams have been built on speed and things like that. Is this really going to kind of help the program getting to play on a little bit of a faster surface?
Yeah, we think so, definitely. From an injury standpoint too, we're excited about decreasing those and having this consistent surface that we don't have any potholes, we don't have any areas where the grass is burned out or anything like that, and it's really something that's going to give us a real shot in the arm.
And, I think kids are really aware that shows a real commitment to your football program and to the other sports, but it's just really nice for you guys to have it. We were talking 6 of the schools now will play their home games on a turf field, so it's a big deal nowadays.
It really is. It's kind of where the suburbs, gravitated, 5-6 years ago, and now we're finally, seeing our conference come into it, and it just makes a lot of sense maintenance-wise and usage-wise for your facility.
How much are the kids just, licking their chops to get out there? It seems like the last few years, you and Hononegah have kind of closed that gap on Boylan. Auburn and Guilford have really raised their game. Belvedere North's gotten better. How excited are they to be out there and really play some tough football this year?
Oh, we're real excited. It's going to be a challenging schedule. I think, some of these teams are continuing to get better, like Auburn, and then I think Guilford is, showing that they're very competitive as well. And it's just going to be a dogfight every week, and we're excited to jump into that schedule and play our first game against Freeport.
Let's talk about the offense. How does the offense look? What were some of the players you lost and some of the ones that you're counting on for this season?
Well, we lost, a lot of seniors, especially on the lines. And we're going to be pretty young, I think, in a lot of spots. Offensively, we're going to start a sophomore quarterback in Trent Willie. And we're going to bring in, some really talented skill players like Cody Pahowski, and some experienced guys that'll be seniors next year that'll help us out. Skill-wise will be like Raymond Lee, Malik Lightfoot, Dakota Knutson, and we're kind of excited about that skill group.
How is you starting a sophomore at the quarterback position? How is he looking? You guys have had a great tradition there over the last, 8-10 years at the quarterback position. How is he looking, kind of, I don't want to say compared to that group, but with kind of what you've had in the past?
Well, he brings his own little skill set to the position for sure. He's a real tough kid. He's not afraid to, to run it between the tackles and lower his shoulder on people. So we're going to have to kind of watch that. But we don't want him too physical. But he's got a big arm, and he's really come a long way as far as his decision-making and understanding where we want to attack certain coverages. At the beginning of the summer, I was really concerned. But through the 7-on-7s and just, his willingness to learn and be coached, he looks ready to go.
With the new turf field, will that change the way your offense is? You guys were pretty wheeling and dealing anyway, or is that just going to enhance what you've been doing over the past few years with these offensive players?
Yeah, I think it'll enhance what we're doing, and allow us to, get the ball outside and get it vertical, and as well as, set up our inside game between the tackles. So, We like to hit everywhere along the line of scrimmage, and we like to be pretty balanced as well. So, this is really going to help us accomplish that, and not have to worry, especially when you get a little rain or something like that. It's still a pretty reliable surface as far as your cutting and things like that.
I think one of the things over the last probably 5 years or so that's really helped in your rise there as a program is the defense is just year after year it seems to get a little bit faster, a little bit more physical. How's the defense looking as you come into this year?
We really made some significant changes. We're kind of going from a 4-3 to a 3-3 stack like a lot of the other Nick 10 teams. We just feel like the three-man front really serves us better, especially with the graduations that we've had on the offensive and defensive lines. And that allows us to maybe get another faster athlete on the field. So we're really emphasizing our defense to be aggressive and rallying to the football. And they're really, showing some signs of aggressiveness that we really like. And I'm pretty excited to see them play. Sometimes aggressiveness can lead to some mistakes, and we're going to make some of those for sure. But I think overall, I like the way we're playing, and I think we're going to be a little bit more stout and a little bit more, better position and not rely on our corners to make as many tackles and things of that. People are going to be able to play to their strengths a little bit better than maybe we had them in the 4-3. So I'm kind of excited to see how this change goes.
You always need a leader on defense, a guy that's in the huddle calling the plays and stuff like that. Anybody you're going to be counting on this year to take over that new defense and help with the ins and outs of that?
Yeah, we have a new returning linebacker in Taylor Hart. He's going to, he's kind of our guy that we rely on to do that and, get people, the calls and somewhat into position, and he's going to kind of be our focal point there in the middle. We're going to be strong up the middle with him and maybe like a Josh Black playing at the nose, and a kid that we're really excited about, Kyle Behan at free safety. He was moved up as a sophomore last year, but unfortunately had a knee issue and never did get to play in any kind of game. But he's feeling a lot more healthy now, and we're ready to go. We're really excited about our prospects defensively.
Between now and week one, as we kind of wrap up here, what's kind of the big thing you guys need to work on or you're trying to get in place there before you guys play Freeport week one?
We've got a lot of things to do and put in. Fundamentally, it's something that we've really paid attention to all summer, and camp-wise, we're really paying a lot more attention to fundamentals, and so we're going to continue to invest a lot of time in those. But at the same time, we're going to try to really improve our inside run game. We've got some ideas where we're going to use some kids that maybe were linemen for our sophomore team last year that didn't quite grow over the summer, and try to make them some H-backs and put them in a position where they can still use their talents to help us out. And so we're going to have some different looks, and it's going to come together. But it's I'm lucky we've still got 3 weeks to go before we have to kick off. So.
We've been talking to Harlem head football coach Jim Morrow. Thanks for being on today, Coach. We sure appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me.
We've been talking to Jim Morrow. Nick 10. He's ready to go. He likes that field.
Yeah, they're going to love it there. It's going to work out well for their team, I think.
Look for us to be assistant coaches.
That's right. We'll be on the sidelines there on Friday nights.
We didn't have time to ask him about that, but we kind of teased him and said, we get you a turf field, what will you do? He says, make you...
He'll figure out when we show up at practice next week.
That's right. That's going to wrap it up. We want to thank Mark Rudis for being on today and being our producer. Good job. Matt Nestor, you have a good week. This is Dave Schmidt. We'll see you next week here on 1440 WROK on the State Line Sports Hour.